I'm trying to get this camera situated. My apologies. Oh, this is a really, really weird day. So I'm going live, okay? Because there's just this really nasty energy, and I don't really know why I'm going live. I sat here for like, I don't know, the last like 10 minutes or so trying to figure out if I want to go live because I can't do videos right now. And it's just like just blockage after blockage. And it's just really weird energy. And I don't know if someone's getting their rocks off by knowing how blocked I am. You know, goes around, comes around. That's for damn sure. You block somebody, just believe that you're going to get blocked. I feel like this is like an energy reading today. My elephant just fell on the ground when I said that. See, like I just feel like the energy is definitely not like a kumbaya, you know, like I'm not feeling good about the energy. Like I'm just staying home. I'm not going out in public like this. With the energy like this, heck no. Okay. So we have Mars energy, which it feels very Marsy. Feels like a lot of energy, and that's what it is, because fucking Mars energy. Okay. With Cancer, movement, 11th house. Aquarius. It's like a whole community moving forward with something. That's what I'm getting. And you know, this would piss somebody off. Like I worked very hard to stop a curse going around. And it wasn't for me, it was for a lot of things. It wasn't for me really. And it's like I feel like that would be along this line of like, because it wasn't just one person affected, it's a lot of people affected, and all those people were under that same community, right? They would all like think of I mean, I first thing that comes is a church. Obviously, I'm like, fuck, that's the worst analogy ever. But it's like a whole, you know, like a whole school. So if like if a company is sold, or if you know you come with a group of people, if something happens to where you know your main source, okay, of like your temple, your cathedral, your empire, something like that, if something happens to that, then the community is forced to leave, right? It's forced, it's finally free, right? From under that, I don't know, man, freedom. What the fuck? Because if you think that they were all under the same roof together, they would want to move freely together. But this is freedom. And drive with Mars energy, and drive would be with Cancer energy. They would both be energies saying that that it's moving. And then with the 11th house Aquarius, it's like they find what they need. Where they move, they find what they need. So it's like, I don't know if the community broke up and then people are forced to go their separate ways. The house gets shut down, sold, teared apart, whatever. You go this way, they go that way. And then you find everybody that you were really looking for to begin with. It was that false sense of this 11th house. There was a false 11th house, I think. Trixie here. Let's see what my cards say. We got God in the building. That just changed the Cancer to Taurus, which would be the high priest. Oh, shit. This seems like pretty divinely guided then, I'm going to say, which is why I'm bringing it up. So three billboards in the mist, three billboards in reverse, running scared with the ghost beside them. I almost feel like a church, a huge church could be shutting down, and all of those innocent people, seek refuge somewhere else that they can't see that coming, right? Or because it's just not being advertised. There's something that's not going to be advertised to everybody about why it's shutting down. Okay, but I think there's a huge, and it's not just going to be one, there's going to be huge organizations shutting down. And one of the girls that my sister works with, she just found out that the place that she's worked for like 10 years is shutting down. It's shutting its doors next week. Bada boom, nada bing. Just done. Didn't tell anybody about it. There was no warning. Like you think a company that's been going for so long, or a community that's been going so long, right? How could it suddenly break up? But that's the thing, is it does, especially if somebody died recently and then it's broken up, the main starter of the company died and everybody has been trying to keep it alive, but they just can't, right? Like, I feel like somebody died. Okay, I do feel like somebody died. There's the garbage. That's kind of sad, but it's like, were they just dumped in the garbage? They're not going to advertise this because it stinks. You're not going to advertise why you're closing a company. You know what I mean? If it's on bad ground, okay? If it's because people are just going bankrupt and they don't really care, they're like, oh, we're going bankrupt. Come on in, take everything. This is something different. This is something that people don't want anybody to know about. And they especially don't want anybody to know about it on social media. What's happening behind this little community, because it might not be a huge community. It might be a very small community. They very much assumed that they were going to take this and have it survive for a long time. And maybe it has survived for a long time, but now everybody seems to be running away scared. It's like nobody wants to go into the temple anymore. They're scared about something. See that? So there's the moon. People get very scared about the things that they can't see because their mind starts wandering. And there's the volcano of who's going to blow up next, right? Who's going to explode? Who's going to finally, pull a temper tantrum here with Donnie and Frank? Like, who's going to finally, who's going to lose it? So nobody even wants to engage. I just heard, right? Like, they're being told to just leave, just walk away. Just, this isn't what it was when it started. Now I'm getting like Jax kind of figures it out with Sons of Anarchy that what his dad was trying to build in the beginning was not what it was turned into. And now what it's turned into, it's hurting everybody. People are going to jail. Everybody's dying, right? And like this nice, fun little motorcycle club turned into a fucking gang, right? That are seriously breaking the law. And no, they're not going to fucking tell anybody about it. Are you kidding? They're not going to advertise this shit. When the battleship goes down, there's no reporters snapping shots of it. It's going down in the middle of the ocean all by itself. Oh my God, there's the answer. Okay, so there is a community going down, and people that are being driven away from it could now be coming back to you. You could be now finding these people like, hey, yeah, I left the Amish fucking farmhouse a long time ago. Like, I've been waiting to see you guys for a while, It could be something like that, but they couldn't break free until the main guy died, because for some reason they pledged allegiance to this person, and they were not going to break that, right? Some people, they're so old school that they got that stick up their ass, and it's just like, you're doing this to yourself. Like, you're only following this leader because of some oath you took 50 years ago. Like, the oath is done and over with. Nobody takes an oath for that long. Like, what the fuck? This person is seriously clouded by judgment. Right. And that's why I think there's a few people that can explode. And I think that's the reason why nobody wants it around. Nobody even wants to talk about it, because as soon as they start talking about it, somebody explodes. They just don't know which one. It seems to be jumping people. Okay. Because I think it's involved with a few people. Okay. And a lot of people are raging. Okay. There is aggression here. But it's not going to kill you, but it's definitely, it can be strong enough to guilt trip you. That's for sure. If they wanted to. And that's why right here, kiss the girls. This is obviously somebody, it could be somebody you're in relationship with. Okay, somebody who loves you, somebody that you love. Okay, and they are a shit disturber. I heard they just start shit all the time, no matter what happens. It's just they're starting shit. I can hear them talking things about people, just saying things, to just say them, right? Like they don't want anything about them on the table. They constantly want other people, they want other people on the billboard, right? They want to be making fun of other people for some reason. I don't really know why. It somehow takes the heat off of them if they can exploit other people. People get really scared of this person for some reason. And look, I think they're going to die, or they have died, and there's the spider, they get trapped. Okay, there's the dead end. Wow. So this person is going to get caught. They're getting caught. They're getting caught with everybody around them. And that's why they're fucking freaking out all the time. That's why they can't stop. Right? Like it's honestly, those people that finally you just have to yell, like, stop talking. Just stop. Just everything you're saying is getting worse and worse. Like, just shut up and get the fuck out of the house. Oh, I just looked at the word communication on my wall, which is Mercury energy. I wonder if Mercury's kind of like, I'm going to have to look at the wheel and see what Mercury's doing, because I think somebody is finally going like, just stop. Like everything you're saying, it's worse. Like you think that what this person, I mean, if they're just digging themselves a bigger trench, I think. Just one step closer to sinking, right? And they just, like I said, sometimes people, honestly, they do not see the damage that they do. And they just keep saying it and speaking it and saying it. It's because it's supposed to go down. Like this is organized destruction. Like eventually the universe knew, okay, this person's acting out of whack. They're acting completely out of character. We know that they're going to run their batteries out one day. But until then, we have to watch this person act an idiot, act a fool. We're just going to have to watch them do it, because there is nobody else. If no one's going to call out their shit because they're the fucking leader of the pack, right? Then you all just have to endure it until they're gone. And honestly, my mother has been waiting for my stepmother to die, or stepfather to die for like 50 years. And I'm like, bitch, that's why he's not dead, because you want him to die, which means, he's gonna just live despite you. Suppressed emotions on the bottom of the deck. With prophecy. So this was, I just heard Spirit say this was inevitable. This was inevitable. Whoever's been putting you in their bad energy, it's like they finally just blew up in front of everybody, or they blew up in front of somebody, or people are so scared of them blowing up that they're not around them at all anymore. Honestly, they're getting answers from social media right now too. But they're not saying anything to you. I'm not sure what you're doing out there. It could be vlogging, blogging, posting, doing this, whatever it is you're doing. It is by far might be the thing that puts this person over the top. Because if you think about it, what that does to somebody, it's like a ticking time bomb. Eventually, their heart is just going to explode, because the stress of what it is you're going to say next, or what it is that you're going to do next, and they can't say anything to you, because if they say anything to you, it's going to prove what they've been doing this whole time, right? Like I found, man, a lot of people, once they suppress energy, people around them kind of start to go crazy because they can feel what this person's saying, but they're not saying anything out loud. They're saying it all in their head. And you wouldn't believe the amount of people that respond to that shit, because now you're bringing the entire group of people down because they can all feel that energy, because somebody can't control their own energy. They can't control it when they're around you. They can't control it when they're not around you. Which is why you just keep running away from them, because it's like, it gets dangerous being around them. Like, hatred is dangerous. When somebody doesn't like you and they're looking right at you, you wouldn't believe the things that they're just going to curse on you. I curse this, I curse that. Like, clearly having no idea what a repercussion is, or what a slander can do to somebody's life, right? Because you don't like them. Really, you want to ruin their life because you don't like somebody, right? That's not a valid reason to ruin somebody's life. Like, to ruin somebody's life means that they ruined yours. But how can you go and ruin their life if now you've got to pick up your own and clean up your own life? How do you even have time to go and fuck with somebody else, right? But when you got nothing to lose, right? It's kind of like, people better watch, because I think this person has a lot to lose. And I think that's why they've suppressed so much, right? Like, I mean, you only hide things when you've got something to lose. I don't have anything to lose. Physically, mentally, nothing. So anything you ask me, I'll give you the fucking answer to, because I don't give a shit. I'm not going to lose anything. I don't have any kids that are going to hate me for what I say. My fucking parents aren't around, so they don't give a shit what I say. Nobody gives a fuck what I say. So why would I lie about anything? To make myself look better? Ha! Really? I don't think you could make my life look good in any way. So honestly, when they don't have anything to lose, I'll tell you about my pedophile stepmother. Oh, stepmother? What the fuck? I swear to God, my stepmother is somehow a pedophile. I don't know how. I mean, she comes into my sister's dreams every night and she parades around naked and she forces my sister to look at her body. And actually, yesterday, my sister said, she was up at like 4 a.m. or something like that. I got up, I think at, 6:45 or something like that. She was already up. And I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, I've been up since 5 and blah, blah, blah. She's like, Cindy was wearing your naked body in front of me this morning and making me stare at your boobs. And I was like, what? And she's like, they want me to think it's you. And like, oh no, wait, I was already awake. That's right. Okay, sorry. I was awake at about 6:45. Okay, 6:49, I think I looked at the clock, because I went, damn, whenever I do that, I always go, Lotto, 6:49. Okay, so I'm up, and then my sister gets up, and then she tells me what happened, and it had just happened. I was awake. I was like watching a video on YouTube or something, or I was doing something, and I was like, but how could I be parading my naked self around you if I'm awake? And she goes, exactly, it was Cindy. She was wearing me as like a carcass suit, as a bodysuit, and she's always had a really hard time looking at my body. She is sexually attracted to my body. I don't know what it is. I don't know if she likes my ass. I don't know if she likes my tits. I don't know. She doesn't like my stomach. She doesn't like my spine. She doesn't like certain things, but other things she likes. So Courtney will be like, well, she was wearing your ass last night. And honestly, I caught a very well-known singer wearing tights. Okay, very, very tight tights that had my pussalaya on it, with my pubic hair and everything. And I ripped the tights off her and I go, how dare you? That's my pussalaya. That is not yours. Trust me, what people do because of your body is very disgusting. So whatever was going on under this community or in this community, okay, you got out of it. It's not really something that you advertise, but at the same time, I don't really think you've got anything to lose. Okay, it's the people that have been under the roof with them that know about what they did. They know how disgusting they are, but they've never said anything because they somehow control something in their life. They could control money. Like I said, my mom always wanted my stepfather to die because my stepfather's got a really good life insurance policy. And he was a smoker for a long time. And he's also 17 years older than her. So she thought, fuck, he keeps smoking. He's going to be dead by the time he was 60. Bitch, that motherfucker's is 80 now, and he's still not dead. And I don't think he's ever going to fucking die, because he's a pedophile and monsters live forever. We know this, okay? We know that pedophiles live forever. It's like, it's just our gift to the universe is a bunch of fucking assholes walking around hurting children. Okay, which is exactly what 3 Billboards is, right? Her daughter gets raped while dying. Like, what else could be worse than already dying, but you have to be raped at the same time? Like, it's a fucking awful. And that's what this is like, you know, it's one thing to kick you out of the community and say, listen, you can fucking die for all we care. But then to slander you and to put garbage over you and to then suppress all their energy when they really probably want to tell people that they're an asshole and what they did. They probably want to tell people, man, I really did that person wrong, but they're going to hold on to it, acting even more like an asshole. And now they get caught because they don't realize how blindsided are by that hate, right? They think that over the years, people are going to hate you as much as they do. And nobody does. So they're like, why do you still hate this person? How can you still hate somebody you haven't been around, you haven't talked to, that has never done anything to you? How can you still hate them? Well, people can keep that shit alive as long as they keep suppressing their emotions. And every time they suppress their emotions, they'll go, well, I hate that person. When really their spirit is trying to tell them that they are destroying the relationship by saying it. Like, if my stepmother only knew how much I truly loved her, if my father only knew how much I truly loved him, I try to tell them. But because I have issues with them, they take my love and piss all over it. They always have, right? When you're vulnerable and something loves you like a child to a parent, you can hit that kid, you can piss on that kid, you can fucking shit on that kid's head every day. And guess what? Every night they come home from school, or every time you come home from work, they're going to go, hi, Dad, love you. Oh, bye, Mom. Oh, I love you. They're always going to love you. And that's what fucks every kid up, is the fact that their unconditional love fucks them until the day that they die. I feel like I just want to drop the gavel right there, because that's what it is. It fucking sucks how much your kids will fucking love you as you drain their whole life source out of them, as you fuck them literally with your own dick, and they're 3 years old and you're fucking 70. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, what people choose to do to children, and then they think they get some redemption because they're old as fuck, or they grown up and they don't have any money to take care of themselves anymore, and they think the universe is going to do something for them. Oh yeah, because the universe really, like, you earned it, didn't you, by sucking the souls out of children? Fucking assholes. Honestly, it's so sad, because this is like some of the energy that's actually physically holding my channel back right now, for me being able to, you know, get these messages out for people. It's my stepmother. She will, like, now I'm being like questioned by Patreon for suspicious activity, for trying to put my videos up. And I'm fighting right now with the tech guy. And I'm going, like, honestly, if you don't want me on here putting my videos, that is fine. There are other platforms I can go on to. Do not think that you're the above all be all motherfucker that I need in my life right now. Technically, I don't even need another platform. I can do extendeds and bring back the members only. I can do whatever the fuck I want. It's my life. But it's just kind of funny. And my sister went last night because she saw this another technicality happen with this other company. And she goes, my God, the interference with everything you try to do with this company that you're trying to start. And I'm like, honestly, it's like, I don't know if it's a test. I don't know if it's witchcraft. I don't know what it is, but let me tell you, it's not something like, I don't want to broadcast it, to be honest, because if there is somebody out there that's watching me that's purposely doing witchcraft in order to see me fail, I don't actually want them knowing that I'm failing in any way, which would make them assume that their witchcraft is working, even if it is their fucking witchcraft. Okay. In another sense, I do want to advertise it because I want people to know that the struggle is real, and it's not just to become a movie star or to become some rock star, even just to read fucking tarot, which is supposed to be part of your message, or I would not be making my own tarot cards if this wasn't in my goddamn blood, right? But some bitch has to piss all over my dream because she wants me out there working for the big man. She wants me out there being humiliated. She wants me out there working with fucking 15-year-olds. That's what she wants. She doesn't want me independently doing my own business. And that is active witchcraft. Okay? So active witchcraft causes people to kill you. And I'm like right on the line right now of doing something that'll change my life forever. And I honestly, I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence of like what I want to do with what these people have done to my life. And it's because it just kind of seems like it's never going to stop. And if it's never going to stop and justice won't do anything and the witches won't go away and the bad people won't go away, then isn't that, kind of called like, all right, well, justice missed us this year and I'm just going to take matters into my own hands and let the bullet decide. A bullet will always decide if it wants to save your life or not. Watch Man on Fire. Great movie. Great movie, because if you're not supposed to die, trust me, even a fucking gun to your head won't kill you. And it's the fucking truth. And like, you call it a miracle, call it fucking saviors walking beside you, call it whatever you want. I mean, if you're not supposed to die, you won't. And if other people are fucking with you that bad, then you're standing on the edge of the roof. They better fess up. Because if you go and they haven't told the truth, or they haven't got your name out of the gutter, or they haven't stopped doing what they're doing, the shit that is going to happen once you cross over, my God, I wouldn't want to live a fucking day to see the karma of a parent's life if their child dies on their hands and in their blood. I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know. I mean, I've already seen like what has happened when I've like fucked up with my snakes accidentally. I've already seen the repercussions of that because I should have been paying attention more. Like, my God, will the universe show you what you need to see and then shield you from you ever doing it again where it actually causes harm, right? Where these people have made you run has caused you harm. It's done things to your life that are undoable. Like, you can't undo these things, right? As much as they suppress their emotions, not everybody else does, right? And then to say that to release your opinion, to release your energy, right, and not hold on to it, then you're an asshole. So then you're supposed to go back to suppressing it because you're not allowed to release it, or it just shows that you're angry? Why? Right? Like, if you can release your energy on like, on a good level, then you're not dangerous at all. Right? So honestly, this energy, I made an oath to pass this and to not let anything of my life come into this channel. But it's not just my life. That's the thing. Like, this is multiple people on multiple levels being blocked and being thrown away because somebody doesn't want you to continue. And your life is not based on what somebody else wants. So fuck them. But in order to get past the huge blockage that they put in front of you, right, you have to look the pain in the eye. And it's almost like my sister's visions now are so strong. And it's because when she tells me, it took her a really long time to start to tell me about the visions. And then once I started saying, like, just, okay, well, believe it, like it doesn't happen all the time. And when it does, right, the more you believe what spirit is showing you, the more spirit is going to show you. And that's what happened. The more she believed in what spirit was showing her, the more spirit is now shown her. And I'm like, the door is open now, like, because you're not rejecting anything that's coming to you anymore, right? Because if you ask the universe a question and it tells you the answer and you go, no, that can't possibly be the answer, then the universe is not going to answer you anymore, because it's not going to be the answer that you thought it was. It's going to be the answer that sounds so fucked up and so weird in some way that you're going to go, like, you're lying to me. I feel like you're lying to me, but it's not. It's the universe finally telling you the truth. Okay. And it's not what you think it is, because it never has been what you thought it was. It's always been way more twisted and way more stank ass than what this person has been kind of like showing you. It's been a lot worse. And like, that's honestly when, like, this is almost like tarot is almost kind of like looking at the ocean. Okay, like you can look at the ocean, you can see it for miles and miles and miles, but what happens when you go under the ocean? How far can you see? You can't really see that far. Okay, it starts to become murky, and something that is so far away from you that you think is actually very much close to you. But if you are above that water, you would be able to see anything in air that is coming towards you. Right? So like when people suppress their emotions and they choose to go under that water, everything is murky. Every answer that they get, they won't listen to it because they can't see it, because they don't want to. They're going to become too emotional. Right? Like when we let our emotions take over, my goodness, the things that we will not see. And those things destroy us, and they destroy people around us. Two sides. There are two sides to this. There's a light and there's a dark side. Okay? You either are on the light or you're on the dark. And let me tell you, to learn how to swim in between both is a very dangerous game. Okay? It's a very dangerous game because most people get caught in the dark because the dark is easy. Okay, it involves a lot of drinking, partying, seductive energy, sex, and drugs, and alcohol. It's like rock and roll. That's the dark side. Everybody wants to be on the dark side until the dark side starts to kill them because you're getting no light. That's what suppressed emotions do. You suppress your emotions, you can't get any light into you. The sperm donor. You got to look at it this way. Somebody was a sperm donor. Okay, they weren't a father, they weren't a parent, or they weren't, that's maybe it's, this is a woman and like your baby daddy is just a sperm donor. Okay. And I think they made a lot of really bad assumptions about what they were really going to end up doing, like by pulling this fucking stunt, by pulling this role. Like, I mean, you want to act like a dad. That's what I mean. Like, you want to act like a dad, then, right? You better act like a dad forever. Like, you can't just act like a dad for a little bit and then piss off for the rest of your life. You're either, you're one or the other. And this seems like somebody needs to see that this energy was just a donation. They donated something, and then they had every right to, in their mind, to walk away. Their donation was there, and poof, that's what you should have taken. You didn't need anything else. And maybe you just, sometimes we don't see things until we really want to, until we're pissed off enough to go, okay, I want the truth now. Because I'm sick and tired of either not knowing it or assuming I know it and assuming I know what happened, but I don't know what actually happened. So I'm going to put on a new pair of glasses here, and I'm going to see this from a different perspective. Because for the way that I see it, I'm either being treated like a sperm donor, or that's exactly how you are in my life. You donate and then you walked away and you never came back. Yeah, that would be look at that stage. That would be the fucking, this high priest here that's running this fucking little colony. He's just a sperm donor. He's just spreading his seed everywhere. He just doesn't give a shit where it actually goes or what happens. I'm almost getting like those polygamy families where they're like, I have 7 wives and 85 kids. Like, ew, gross. There's the stage with the Conjuring. This has all been staged, like, it's kind of funny how slow this happened with this person around you. How they kind of got taken over and possessed. They kind of got a little possessed by something, and it was staged that way. It was staged to happen that way, but they were staged to do the right thing, right? The devil always puts temptation in front of you. He'll always put some little dangly ass fucking little whatever in front of you to see what you're going to do. And the whole point of that test is to go like, I don't fuck little kids. I don't, cheat on my wife, right? It's all a stage for you to not do it. It's not set up for you to do it. You're supposed to say no. All those people that went to those parties and shit, at the, down south with all the controversy, they were all supposed to call out the elephant in the room. I feel like somebody was supposed to call the cops as it was going on, going like, listen, you need to grab all your boys, all your men, you need to get your asses down here right now because there are kids being violated on a giant bed outside. Bitch, you can get a helicopter and start filming this. Okay? I feel like every single one of those parties was set up for somebody to call the cops, and nobody did. Right? It's just the way that shit works. You think people aren't going to like you. You think they're going to get mad at you, or they're going to hate you, or you're going to go down with them, something like that. Like they broke the law, but you were there, so it looks like you broke the law too. So nobody wants to say anything. But as soon as the person dies, then, or they get caught and they get busted, then it's every man for themselves. And you know that. As soon as the main person gets down, do you think anybody's going to have anybody's back after that? No, they're going to scatter like roaches as soon as they know that they're not going to get anything. And that's the thing, is maybe what this, God in the making didn't realize was, yeah, anybody can get a community and start blowing shit out their ass and getting everybody to join, because you're feeding them and you're taking care of them and you're, feeding their soul in some way. But people will eventually get bored and start looking around. You know what I mean? Looking around for, those chests and those locked boxes that people have. And, now I'm getting Arthur Lee Allen. It happened in real life and in the movie. When the cops go in to search his trailer, they find that wooden dildo with shit all over the end, right? Like, okay, Arthur, what do you really like to do? Okay, like, honestly, everybody has skeletons if they've got something to lose, right? Other people don't have skeletons who don't have anything to lose. So they're like, fuck it, like I said, ask anything. I don't have a reason to lie. There is no skeleton. There is nobody that would go running from me if they found this out. Like, what the fuck could it possibly be? I don't really have anything. Right? So what the fuck? Like, can't really pull any shit out on me. Like, and people also have the right to keep some things hidden. Okay? They do have the right to, not announce everything to the world. But when you're involved with it and you deserve answers and people just don't give them to you because they say, I don't know, man. I feel like this person's not going to give you answers because they just keep fucking blowing up all the time, right? Every time you try to get an answer, they blow up until finally, like, they know the tactic of blowing up. They know that people will stay away from them because they'll fear them. But it's not necessarily fear that keeps people away. It's more, I'm smart and I'm not just going to go poke the dragon for no reason. Like, without a fucking witness here, without somebody video recording, or like, I'm not just going to do this for fun. Like, right? But they kind of did some shit for fun, which is why it's Mars energy, because you're free from this. This was aggression that you were under, that they had no right to do this to you. Like, they had no reason to take aggression out on you and then call that a relationship. Right? Like, people are supposed to be abused. You're allowed to hit your child. You're allowed to do this. Like, really? No, you're not. Right? You can say you're allowed if you just want to make up some excuses for your behavior, but like, no, you're not allowed to physically abuse your children, and you're not allowed to lie on their behalf. You're not allowed to violate your authority. Right? And clearly somebody under some goddamn roof, which I don't know if it was, like I said, a community, a church, a fucking business, a household, somebody with full rank, high priest mode, I'm the priest, everybody, believe me and listen to me. They definitely broke the law. And it was always staged for them to do the right thing. And they just suppressed their emotions and walked away. And now it's as if, I don't know, maybe they give some type of other life on social media, right? Some other some other life, like when people look at their life on social media, they don't see them the way that they truly are. And that would make sense because social media makes everybody's lives look so amazing and all full of smiles and laughter and love. And then, the cameras go off and everybody goes their separate ways and nobody talks for the rest of the night. But they were all together for that video, damn right. And then it's, go to your room, watch your TV, shut the fuck up, and I'm going to go do this now, right? There's always two sides to everything. And like, honestly, when you're investigating something or when you're trying to figure something out, you need to always go to both sides. You never ask one side and one side only, because there's a reason for people to lie. There's a reason for people to protect themselves. There's a reason why people will throw innocent people under the bus, right? Because they don't want to take the rap for it, right? Everybody does it. And to believe that people are that innocent that they would actually just walk into a cop station and go, oh yeah, by the way, I'm Arthur Lee Allen and I killed everybody. Are you fucking crazy? There's no way people are going to do that. They're never going to admit what they did. They'll only admit it when they get caught. And even still, even when they get caught, they may plead innocence, because you know what those motherfuckers do. They will plead innocence. They will say, I didn't do it, right? But like, they fucking know that they did, but doesn't mean they're going to say it. So whatever this energy was about, okay, it has a huge flow of inappropriateness. Okay, definitely of somebody going to the other side and they had absolutely no fucking reason to do it. But people, they see money or they see fame or they see pussy or a dick, they see something that they want, and suddenly everything that has been worked for, everything that you built, suddenly slowly goes to shit. And very inappropriate people take over. So I really do feel like if you feel like somebody is a sperm donor, they never were anything more than that, this is the reading for you. This is somehow you are getting away from them. The energy is driving you away. And once it drives you away, you're going to find everybody else. Like, you're going to find this whole new group of people because you were able to escape from this person. Which is so gross. Like, that's so gross. A sperm donor, like, that's just fucking nasty. Like, that's nasty energy, right? That's literally somebody using their power. And in such a negative way, like, there's revenge on the bottom. Like, you have to be careful who you mess with. Because not everybody is just going to bend over and take it and not expect some type of, payoff for that, or, repercussion or something. There's the Blair Witch. Like, not everybody appreciates being scared and will just walk away from you. Like, some people will come back. Some people will retaliate. Sometimes the universe will retaliate on them for causing the collective to be so scared all the time. Fucking scare tactics. See you at the gates. Honestly, that's what I just heard. See you at the gates. Someone's going to the gates, and it's once they get to the gates, there it is. Look at, they're emotional as fuck. And that's why Spirit's like, this is what we're talking about. Like, if you can't even talk to us about what happened, then you got to cross over. You can't. There is a reason why we have speech. There's a reason why we can talk or we can write. We have language, okay? Is so then people who are emotional can speak. Everybody can communicate in some way to let people know. Them completely disregarding communication and not using it and not seeing that that's the way to fix everything is to just tell people. I mean, they deserve to get cut off. That's almost like fucking, maybe they're going to lose their ability to talk. Like they get throat cancer or something like that. Or maybe something's going to happen and they can't speak anymore. They have a stroke and suddenly, their language, they can't even lift their arm, let alone speak anymore. And it's, Spirit going, well, you had all this time to use your words, to use your communication, to tell people what was going on, and you never did. Like I said, party after party after party. Like, I wouldn't imagine if there was about 1,000 parties that took place and 1,000 unreported 911 calls that should have went out. And none of them did. None of those kids were saved. Not a single one. And that is reality. That's reality. So, I mean, to know that somebody could save your life simply by calling 911 and they just don't. They just don't. Let's see if the 911 card even comes out. Like, is this an emergency for the collective? The sex card. That was apparently necessary. And there's the monsters. I don't know what always has to do with sex. Always has to do with sex. Monsters and the fact that they just want gratification. The time is up. Oh my God, look at this. The time is up for this house. They're being called out. And I mean, if he can get called out, anybody can get called out. Like, what happened under this roof? Like, what happened to make it go like this? Right? Because whatever was staged under this roof, people now they're either looking for the answers, or they're demanding the answers, or they figured out the answers. Right? Like, what happened under this roof? It was always scheduled to end, and now it's going to. And then there's the bridge card in reverse. The connection gets broken. Gossiping. They've been talking about you. They've been shit talking about you. And it's just like, well, now you're all going to be fucking apologizing to me once this person dies and you all realize the truth. Because sometimes, oh my God, there it is. Dead man walking. This person's been a dead man walking for a while. Don't be surprised if you get an invite to a funeral or you find out about a death. That would be the end of this high priest, this so-called high priest that's been helping everybody for so long, when really he's been apparently having sex with children. There's the poison card. Completely toxic. Like, completely toxic. Poison in their veins, which most likely means they're alcoholics. There's work in reverse. This person does not work. So they're just full of poison. They're just full of toxic energy. Okay. And there's the full steam ahead, right? With the twister and the cold. So this person, this is all coming down in the winter. I heard right now. So it's going to make its way around. Okay, like a good horror would. Okay, it's gonna make its way around all the devastating stories that it needs to. Wow. Okay, so we got the camo card, and I was like, okay, well, what's hiding, right? Like, something's hiding. And we got werewolf with prophecy, hex, and the peace pipe. So we have prophecy on the table twice, ladies and gentlemen. Twice, okay? So the prophecy would be that you don't even realize you're getting out of a hex. There's a hex around you. Okay, there's the fight or flight. You get to leave because you've been fighting it for so long. Okay, and there was a reading that went up yesterday about Aquarius being in a sex hex. Okay, and them saying that was the answer. Like, they were allowed to do it. Like, this is now kind of almost leaking into that this could be from that reading, from whatever it was that they tried to chase you around with, right? You changed and they stayed the same. They got into it more than ever and never realized that you could get out of something like that, when all they're trying to do is pass it from generation to generation. They want this sex curse to follow everybody around, right? So they use sex as, they use sex to get a boyfriend. They use sex to get a husband. They use sex to, just have a baby and then get a husband and a house and a car, and right. And oh my God, that's what it is. Oof, okay. Wow. Look at this. We've got Dana Scully with 13, exit, and the truth. So collective, whoever this is resonating with, you are getting out of this. And that's the truth. Dana Scully even here as facts, as evidence. This is scientific facts, okay, that this happened and that you're getting out of it. And it's, I don't like the word luck. It makes me really angry, but it's good to know that you were found out, or that you were found. You know, there's a witness that somebody saw what had happened to you, or somebody saw something and they actually said something, right? And I mean, again, like I was watching this video last night of this man who is coming out, like he's in the woods, and all of a sudden he hears help, and he runs away. And it's like, well, yeah, like if you're in the middle of the woods all by yourself and you hear help, right, that's going to be terrifying. Okay, but if you were with a lot of people and somebody yells help, then you might go out and find them and get them, right? So this is definitely like, I feel like spirit has got like a team for you, right? And people that are not scared of you, people that are not scared of needing you, or you needing them, right? Like honestly, my aunt back in the day, she let me live there for a little bit with my sister, and like honestly didn't charge us a dime. She lived in the smallest little apartment, and she knew that something was wrong, and she just said like, okay, just I think you guys should just stay here for a bit. And so we just did. I didn't know, like my sister was having a fucking full-blown mental health breakdown, and I didn't know what to do, and like I was off kind of on sick leave, so I just kind of stuck with her to make sure that she came home. And I'll never forget that, because sometimes people are not scared of you. And my own parents, my own flesh and blood, said no to me staying with them, and I had to be homeless instead. So when your own parents slam the door on you, there's the roof, right? And then other people like aunts or distant relatives let you come and stay there, for as long as you want, and never kick you out, right? Like it's just so funny and peculiar how our life can play out with people, and the things we have to witness, right, as being a part of their family. Or there's a Two of Cups, like that seems to me like good energy, synchronicities with these accusations. Like there definitely is some good energy coming in for you. Like I feel like there's going to be like a team member for you, or somebody that's going to come in, and they're not scared. They're not scared that you've been through the ringer, or they're not scared that you have MS, or that you could die at any moment. They're not scared, because sometimes people know that like the ones that are beat up the most, oh man, they ain't gonna be perfect, okay? They're gonna come out with a lot of fucking bumps and bruises and scrapes and fucking things that they gotta do for the rest of their life to keep themselves alive. Like that's a true fucking missionary right there. Anybody that looks like fucking, anyways, I don't, scotch free and like a Barbie doll, not really the same. So that might be the easy side. The dark side of life comes through people, and there's nothing perfect about that. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I really just don't know what to do with this energy right now. I'm really like, I can't believe I have to fight for something right now. And like, I don't even have to, I can just go somewhere else. I just, and put it there. I'm just like, I'm so in the middle of everything that I don't know where to go just yet. So I'm just gonna, as soon as it seems like I start doing reading, something fucking just cranks my life again. So I'm just gonna ride the wave right now. And I don't owe this channel anything. I don't fucking owe anybody anything. I'm not fucking even making money. So like, I really don't give a shit. It's been 2.5 years. I haven't even gotten to where my first channel was, where I got in like 3 months. So like, honestly, it's like when there is so much negative energy pushing against you, it's exhausting. And it's like, you can't give, like, you see all these readers putting up 7, 8 readings a day. And I'm like, I don't even have energy to do one right now. Like, what the fuck? Like obviously I'm being attacked because I used to do that, and I know I can't do that. And then there's just these days where I'm like, as soon as I start feeling good and I get that, car on the road to go, something happens. And it's just like, eventually you got to say to yourself, like, is this even worth it anymore? Like, and that's kind of where I'm at. I just don't know. And if that's a witch beating me down to try to take my mission away from me, right, then I will, like, I will take matters into my own hands. Like, anarchy is like my middle name. So, I mean, it actually starts with Anne. So I have no fucking problems with, showing up at some fucking doors if people don't walk away and leave me the fuck alone. So, I mean, 2025 is starting off with a bang. And, if direction doesn't get kind of set soon, then it's not going to be a pleasant year. So, and I won't let it happen. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to watch myself live another shitty year so that other people can live. I won't do it. So, my testimony right now is to myself and my livelihood, and I don't really care about anybody else. So, that says a lot for me right now, because I do this, and I do this because I love people, and I'm just getting fucking shit on every single time I do something for somebody, knowing that I'm supposed to, like, this is my calling. And then, the audacity for somebody to think that I'm not allowed to do it. Why? Like, there is no reason. No one's telling me why I can't do it. No one's telling me that, why I can't be at home and do tarot readings. Like, there's no answer other than the fact that people say they don't like me. That isn't a reason, because there are people that love me out there, and those people that love me are being blocked from me by the ones who hate me. And I mean, hate all you want, it's just going to come back into your life 10 times fold. So, like, there's no reason to throw hate out there. Like, there's enough hate in the world as it is. Like, you really don't need to be adding to it, especially to me. I don't even hate anybody. So to be getting the energy that I'm getting, it just doesn't even make sense anymore. Like, just want to make me an evil person. They just want to turn me and make me sad and make me mad. And it's not going to work. So it's like, I'm just going to end up going crazy, and I'm already kind of there. So I don't really know what to do. Like, I can't get a job. There's no fucking way I'm going out there and doing that again. If I can't do readings, if I can't do this, if I can't live my life the way that I want to, I'm not going to live it at all. And that's just plain and simple. I'm not going to jump anybody's hoops anymore when they're not the ones living my life. I'm the one living this life. I'm the one in these shoes. I'm the one with the fucking issues. I'm the one with the fucking scoliosis. I'm the one with this fucking, literally, the health problems that are deteriorating my body because I'm out there running around trying to make money. And it's not even good money anymore. It's shit money. And it's just using my body, and it's using all my time, and it's taking up time from being able to do this. And it's so narcissistic, and I can feel just so much negative hate, and I just don't know what to do. So I'm just in a life or death kind of situation, and it's just not even like life or death and that. It's just like, I just don't even know if I want to do this anymore. That's the thing. Like, there has to be a will to live. There needs to be a reason why you're here. And when there isn't, you just kind of go like, well, all right, piss it, fuck it. I'm going to take my money and I'm going to go. Like, I got a lot of money fucking saved up, and I don't got to sit here fucking wasting away in a cockroach fucking filled, infested old ass house because my parents won't help me with a credit check. Like, that doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem justified that we have to suffer because of not having credit, because we were forced to go to bankruptcy because my own parents wouldn't let me live there. Like, because my stepmother has a problem with me. Like, it's so fucked up that you're like, you know what? I don't need to do this anymore. I don't need to keep, basically saying the same things over and over and over again. Like, I don't need to be saying this to the public. This doesn't need to be going on. I even said to my fucking father this morning in an email, if your wife was such a good person, if my life was so great, do you think these emails would exist? Do you think I would be attacking you all the time? Like literally verbally trying to get you to speak to me. If I had such an awesome life, everything was so fucking great, speak to me, say something to me. And there's no one's messaged me today, just Whitney, we'll delete that. Like, people just act like the problem isn't still occurring because they don't look at it. Well, bitch, I'm gonna make you crank your fucking neck then if you don't look at my face. Like, honestly, it's just, I don't know, man. It's getting a really bad time, and this seems to happen the same time every year where I just start getting fucked. And she wants me to put my naked ass on fucking Instagram and fucking OnlyFans again. She wants my pussy online. My stepmother is so attracted to me. My father rapes me in my dreams. It's so disgusting how narcissistic and attached they are to what I look like. Like, get over it. Body image means nothing. Stop looking at my body and judging me. Like, honestly, this is more than it's worse than rage. And my sister does a lot of spell reversals on this website, and she usually gets a harassment violation, and she'll be like, the community will be like, you're harassment, blah blah blah, but really she's just, or like they'll be like, you're hate speeching. Really she's just talking about what's going on and like who's trashing her at the time and who's talking shit and who's doing this and who's doing that. And she was writing on there the other day about what exactly was going on, and this company actually wrote to her, are you okay? Are you going to kill yourself? Are you safe? Are you in harm's way? Finally, the right questions were coming out, not why are you hating so much? Why do you hate us? Why is there so much hate coming out of you? It's not hate. It's emotion. And people are allowed to have emotion, and it may not come out the way you want it because it's aggressive, but aggressive emotion is when somebody has suppressed something for so long. I have suppressed all of this shit about my parents for so long that the way it comes out seems so aggressive because I don't know how to turn the faucet down because I've never said it before. So it comes out really hot and scolding and really fast. And then I turn the tap off and go, fuck. Like, should I have even said that? But I'm like, I'm not going to hold my tongue anymore. I'm not going to say that they were great parents or that they did this great job raising me when really they didn't. They never listened to me. They always called me a liar. Like, the things that Whitney went through, like, I can't believe Whitney's here. Honestly, the things, the manipulation, how many times people lied. And I watched the truth happen, and they say I'm lying. Like it's such a fucking fuckery in your head, like they fucked with my head, like massively with my head as a child and as an adult. And I mean, like, that's the kind of shit that puts you away. I mean, it puts you in a schizophrenic ward. You become dangerous to people because everything you're hearing is so dangerous because of what they were doing around you. It all stems from like childhood and things that you remember because they imprint on you. Your parents imprint on you. If you had a bully as a sibling, they're going to imprint on you. And if you suppress it and then you finally start talking about it, it's going to come out aggressive. It's going to come out like, holy shit, like, fucking calm down. Like, don't tell me to calm down. It has nothing to do with you. It's my aggression towards the situation. You're just listening to it. Don't act like my emotions on talking about something should affect somebody else, right? Your emotions on talking about somebody that has something to do with you should not affect somebody else. Right? When somebody says to check yourself or watch how you're speaking, right, then they're trying to control you because they don't like how it's coming out. Well, guess what? Not everything that comes out is going to be all sugar-coated and perfectly placed in front of them so then they're comfortable. Uncomfortableness leads to miraculous discoveries. Like, the second you are uncomfortable in your life, you will start to figure out why. And those discoveries as to why you are uncomfortable lead to so many dead ends that you came to in your life where you didn't know where to go. And it's like, honestly, put yourself in an uncomfortable situation and see how much you expand from it and grow, right? Because it's the comfortness that keeps us suppressed because we're comfortable and we're in our life and we don't want to lose it and we don't want this and we don't want that. And it's just like, you can't be comfortable forever. Like, you can't. It's impossible to be comfortable forever. So it's when you force yourself, sometimes it's like, damn, why'd you do that? But at the same time, it's like, whatever this person is, it's been very uncomfortable energy for a very long time. And to drive yourself away from it, then just remember to never put yourself into it again. Never succumb to somebody at just for fucking entertainment purposes or because they're your family. Like somebody says something you don't agree with, say that. If they can't handle it, that is on them, right? You should be able to speak your mind. And if somebody's acting, a motherfucking idiot, you should be able to tell them they're acting like an idiot without them fucking, slamming the door and grounding you. Like the pride of people. This is what Mercury's bringing in. It's the pride of people. There's a lot of communication coming in. And if these people can't handle the communication, guess what? Bye-bye. Get out of the fucking way, because I want to talk to the next person that will actually speak to me. People who are cowards that won't speak to you, they go, they run, they hide, they watch you through other people, fucking leave them out the door. They don't need to be creeping on you anymore. They don't need to be watching you anymore. Tell them to piss off or fucking speak to you, say something to you, right? Communication is everything. It's these creepers that are around you that you're getting away from now. So honestly, good for you. This is really, really uncomfortable energy. I can't stress it enough. Even my snakes are about to shed, and my aquarium, there's a couple shrimp that are about to shed, and I just cut all my hair on my entire body, on my head, on my legs, on my cooch, under my armpits. And I know when I do a full haircut all over my body, that kind of helps release something and helps me, go into the next phase. And honestly, whatever this energy is, communication is going to be everything. Having the ability to speak, having the ability to handle yourself in a hot situation is really going to help. It's the ones that are going to be emotional that are going to explode, and just let them explode, and just keep yourself in check, because those expansive people that are literally just willing to drop everything at the chance that they have to show emotion, so they just blow up. I mean, those people, just keep your cool. That's all I can hear. Just keep your cool, because they will all tell on themselves. It seems like nobody really wants to say anything. So once they're no longer in view, then that whole community, I feel like that whole community is going to come back to you as soon as they can't see this one person anymore. 666 on the dot, which would be like a clickety click, 666. That's almost like the devil coming in and being like, that's Capricorn energy. They're done. The law says you cannot do this anymore. You've been warned, you've been told, and now you're going to get arrested, taken away, and now we're going to have to kill you because you're going to keep breaking the law. They've almost become, those, they're a repeat offender, right? And repeat offenders get more and more and more time in jail, right? For those same crimes they keep committing. And they'll get more and more time, because now the state's like, okay, well, you just did it again. So now we're going to have to give you more time. Okay, well, you did it again. So now we're going to have to give you more and more time. Now that's going to be the universe. You kept doing this and kept doing this and doing something over and over and over again. The universe is like, you broke the law so many times on the same fucking thing, knowing that you were breaking the law. We can't put you back out there because we know you're going to do it again. And they're like, no, I won't. Well, you will, because you did. Right? They were always lined up to do the right thing, and they always did the wrong thing. Right? They were always supposed to call 911, and they never did, which means how many times did you suffer at the hand of them not making a phone call? So that's huge. And now my head hurts, so we're going to call this a day. Thank you for watching, and we're going to get through this stormy weather, and we will be bigger, braver, and more beautiful when we come out the other side. So collective, keep yourself in check if you can, and love yourselves. And if you want a personal reading, whitneymoonshine@gmail.com. I mean, if you really want the truth, a reading with me will be good. But I mean, I'm having a hard time, so it's not the best time to do readings, but let's hope all this energy just fucking fades away mad quick, because it usually does. So peace.